What's going on, lads and lasses? Welcome back to 100% Marks. So I hope you're all staying safe and well out there. So in this video today we are going to be talking about the news regarding Lloyd Kelly going to Juve. Now Juventus of course have come out and confirmed their obligation to buy clause for Lloyd Kelly has now been activated for €17.5 million with add-ons, so that's about £14.5 million with add-ons added in. Fabrizio Romano coming in with this news, of course. Yesterday it was always a permanent move planned with no chance of a return to Newcastle, but now formally, of course, completed from the Juventus side of things, and of course Lloyd Kelly will now move to Juventus and be a permanent signing for them over there. I've got to say, not a bad deal but by Newcastle, and of course Paul Mitchell and the owners, pulling off a deal like this. We got him for free. We've sold him on for €17.5 million, £14.5 million with add-ons. That is a really, really good deal when you consider that we have brought him in on a freebie, and that's more money that's going to be going into pushing the club forward with FFP and allowing for us to have a big, massive spend in this summer window come the end of this season. There's also been talk on players leaving Newcastle United as well. There's been some rumours going around that Aston Villa are interested in Harvey Barnes. I don't think that one will happen, to be honest. Harvey Barnes seems to be very, very happy here, and he seems to be enjoying his football right now as well. So I don't see, Bucky wanting to leave Newcastle to go to Aston Villa. I think, to be honest, non offence to Aston Villa here, but it would be a massive step back from Newcastle United if he was to go to Aston Villa as well for Bucky. I don't see, why he would want to make that move. At the end of the day, we have a chance, of playing Champions League football next season. At the moment, Aston Villa don't have a chance of really being anywhere near that. So I just don't see why, that rumour would be true, to be honest, that, Aston Villa are obviously wanting him probably, but at the end of the day, I don't think, Newcastle are going to be jumping at the chance, to get rid of Harvey Barnes so quickly, especially when he's enjoying his football at the minute and he's putting in some really good minutes forward. So I really don't see that one happening moving forward. And then, of course, there's been talk of some players coming into the club. There's been talk of Ousmane Diomande, somebody that I would absolutely love to see Newcastle United go out and sign. Of course, there's a release clause of $68 million in his contract, which isn't a big chunk of money at the end of the day when you consider that he's 21-year-old Sporting Lisbon defender, fantastic player as well, really, really good player. Shows a lot of promise in, of course, the Liga NOS in the Portuguese league. Very, very good player. My brother scouted this lad on Football Manager. I bought him on Football Manager and he's an absolutely fantastic player. I know a lot of people don't come at this going to say, wow, that's Football Manager, that's not the real life. But when you look at it, you look at people that have used them games in the past, the likes of Arsene Wenger. He used to scout his players all the time on Championship Manager. Pep Guardiola uses Football Manager. Jose Mourinho uses Football Manager for tactics. So at the end of the day, yes, it might be a game, but these are massive people in the world of football, and they're using that as a way, to propel themselves in the real world game. So at the end of the day, if he's good on there, then he's going to be absolutely fantastic in real life. And I've seen him play. He is a really, really good player as well. We have seen talk as well going around of Mark Guehi again. More talk of Guehi coming in Newcastle United as well, maybe. But I don't know if we'll revisit that one or not because of, the situation the last time that we were there in that Guehi situation. I just don't see we're revisiting that, to be honest. Palace seem to mess around a bit too much with that one. But you never know. Never say never at the end of the day. We could revisit the Mark Guehi deal that we tried in the summer of of course, last year. Then there's also the talk of Tomori at AC Milan as well, another player that has been heavily linked with a move to Newcastle United and has been linked with moves to Newcastle United for quite some time now. Really good player, but definitely an area that we will be looking is in the defence. We definitely need to be looking at a right-sided centre-back coming in to be a replacement for Fabian Shaw, of course, or, you know, to come in and play rotation with Shaw, but preferably to be a replacement to Shaw, with Shaw being the player playing as the squad rotation in the team, especially with the aging years now of Fabs. You know, I would expect Newcastle to be looking at bringing in a right-sided centre-back to be replacing Fabs now in the team. And then other areas we need to be looking at is like the right wing. You know, we've already talked about this on previous videos, that there's many players that we could be looking at down that position. The likes of Brian and Burmo is there. You know, there's a Langa there that you could be possibly having a look at as well. Then there's other players in there, you know, like the higher end players, the likes of Doué at PSG, you know, but they're going to probably cost quite a bit of money. But at the end of the day, there's plenty of options out there right now that are in that right wing position. And then, of course, you've got Murphy as well, who's been doing really, really well this season, having his best season ever, purple patch season, if you will, for Jacob Murphy. You know, so he's going to be pushing for minutes for the rest of what's left of this season. Then he's going to be wanting to keep that going into next season as well. But we are going to be obviously wanting to have a look at the right wing position, because once you get past Murphy, there's not really much else there, to be honest. So again, that is an area that we will be looking. And then, of course, the striking position, to have a backup player to Alexander Isak as well, you know, because Callum Wilson is on the ageing side of things. His legs aren't what they used to be, gets a lot of injuries, as we have seen this season. So again, you know, that is another area that we will be looking at, and there's plenty of options there that you can look at as well, like Dominic Calvert-Lewin, maybe it's Everton, who has been linked with in the past. There's other options as well that we could look at as well, the likes of Liam Delap at Ipswich, who are now relegated. He's got a release clause in there. He's only asking about 120,000 to 130,000 per week as well, so not crazy wages. So all of them things to consider with the transfer window. But of course, we do have the remaining games left. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below on everything said in this video, and hopefully you have been able to understand what I've said. I know I have been speaking pretty fast in this video, but I wanted to get as much information across to you guys as possible. And let us know what you think down in the comments below. Keep an eye out as well on the channel for the match preview for the game against Chelsea. I was hoping to get a Chelsea fan on, but unfortunately that isn't the case, so it will just be myself once again doing the match preview. But it is a big game. If we win this game, then we have every chance of pushing on for that Champions League even more. It is starting to heat up now. There's not that many games left. We've got Chelsea, we've got Arsenal, we've got Everton, so not many games left now. So this is the business end of the season. But anyway, till next time, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. However, lads.